Hello friends, today we will see last part of our chapter Living World and Classification of Microbes. Before this we observed two kingdoms of Whittaker's kingdom system. The last kingdom, that is kingdom fungi, that we have to observe. Before starting it, we have to observe one activity in which first take a moist piece of bread or bhakri and keep it in a container with lid for 2 to 3 days. After 2 to 3 days, a fine cotton thread like tuft is found growing on the surface of bread. Prepare a temporary mount of few threads from this culture and observe it under the microscope. What will you see? See here, we can see thread-like structures of the fungal hyphae. This example we can observe in our house also. The diagram shows us the structure of mucor. The next part that we have to observe, that is characteristics of fungi, because without characteristics we cannot separate these organisms from kingdom Monera and Protista. First of all, these all organisms are non-great, that is they cannot produce their own food. Also these are eukaryotes, that is their nucleus is enclosed in nuclear membrane, and all these organisms are heterotrophic in nature, that is depend on another organism for food. Mostly fungus are saprotrophs. Saprotrophs means they grow on dead and decaying materials. Nextly, their cell wall is made up of tough and complex sugar called chitin. And next one that we can observe, some fungi are thread-like and many nuclei are present in cytoplasm. That is, their cytoplasm consists of more than one nucleus. There are different examples of such type of fungi that we can observe in our surrounds. Baker's yeast is used in our kitchen for making delicious idli and dhokla. Aspergillus, penicillium, mushroom, these all are the different examples of fungus. Now, here we completed the Whittaker's 5 kingdom system and we have to observe classification of microbes. In classification of microbes, first of all we have to know that more than lakhs of organisms or type of microorganisms, or we can say that the largest family of the organisms on the earth is of microorganisms, and therefore we have to classify such microorganisms into different groups. Microorganisms are classified on the basis of their cell structure in two groups. First, prokaryotes, second, eukaryotes. Prokaryotic organisms are known as bacteria, in which nucleus is not enclosed in nuclear membrane. Eukaryotes are again classified into three types, that is protista, fungi and algae. Mostly these are classified on the basis of their size and characteristics that we have to observe in our next slide. Here we have to observe first about bacteria. When we think about the bacteria, first of all we have to observe their characteristics. In the characteristic, the main characteristic is their size. The bacteria are 1 micrometer to 10 micrometer in size, that is so small. These are unicellular parasitic organisms forming colonies. It means that these organisms grow in the form of colonies. Prokaryotic cells are present and with a specific cell wall. Cell organelles are absent in the bacterial cell. Nucleus, cell organelles are absent, but their cell wall is present. Now we can observe the process of reproduction in bacteria. Mostly bacteria reproduce by simple binary fission, and in favorable conditions bacteria grow vigorously and can double their number in 20 minutes. And according to that we can observe their examples. Vibrio, Spirillum are different examples, or we can observe Coccus, Coccobacillus. These are also different examples that we can see. The next type that we can observe, protozoa. Different protozoans are present in our surrounding, and for that we have to know their characteristics. The main characteristic, that is their size. Protozoans are mostly up to 200 micrometers. Now when we think about protozoa group, these organisms may be found in soil, fresh water and seawater. Also from the protozoans, some organisms are pathogenic and they can found in body of other organisms, which can produce different types of diseases in organisms. Amoebic dysentery is an example that we can observe. Now the next part, these organisms are unicellular in structure and eukaryotic. Also, we can observe a great variation in cell structure because these organisms have different organs of locomotion and mode of nutrition. When we think about the locomotion, some organisms have flagella, whip or cilia-like structure. By using it, they can locomote from one position to another position. Lastly, we can observe the process of reproduction. These organisms reproduce by simple cell division method, and we can observe different examples such as amoeba, paramecium, Entamoeba histolytica. It is an example which causes amoebiasis, and Plasmodium vivax, which can cause malaria, which are also known as pathogenic protozoas. Now here we can observe two specimens, that is Paramecium and Entamoeba. Now the next type that we observe, fungi. In our classification of microorganisms, we observe the characteristics of fungi, but before that we already completed it in the Whittaker's 5 kingdom system, and according to that we all know that the thread like structures of fungus we can observe. Now when we think about the size, these organisms are approximately 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer in size and mostly saprophytic in nature, that is grow on dead and decaying organic matter. Eukaryotic organisms which show unicellular structure, and while some are visible to naked eyes, and according to that we can say that some organisms are unicellular while some are multicellular in nature. When we think about the process of reproduction, these organisms can reproduce sexually as well as asexually by cell division or by budding. And different examples of fungi are Baker's yeast, Candida. Now the next classification group is algae. These organisms are different from other according to their structure. Approximately they are 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer in size, and all these organisms are aquatic, that is live in water. Mostly these organisms are eukaryotic, unicellular and autotrophic organisms. All these organisms consist of chloroplast in their body, and due to which they can produce their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Therefore these organisms are known as autotrophs. And example that we can observe, chlorella. Very few species of algae are unicellular. Most of them are multicellular and visible to our eyes. Here we can observe the example of chlorella. After chlorella, the next group that we have to observe, the last part of our classification, that is viruses. When we observe the characteristics, in that their size is 10 nanometer to 100 nanometer, that is less than bacteria. Here we can observe meter, millimeter, centimeter. These are the units by using which we can calculate the length, in which nanometer is the smallest unit, and therefore viruses are small in size. After that, here we can observe the main part. Viruses are not considered as living organisms, or they are said to be organisms at the edge of living and non-living. It means that they are in the particle form, extremely minute, smaller than bacteria. These are the part of organisms that we can observe which are not in the living stage. They are found in the form of independent particles with a long molecule of DNA or RNA covered by a protein coat, and mainly they survive only in plant or animal cell and produce their own protein with help of host cell and create numerous replica. By the process of bacteriophage, they can grow in bacterial organisms and replicate themselves, and therefore their number increases in more amount. And here we can observe different examples of viruses. Nowadays we are following through a COVID-19, which is also a viral disease. Different examples are poliovirus, wilt virus. Here we complete our chapter living world and classification of microbes. You have to complete exercise of this chapter up to tomorrow.